Hey guys, it's Jen with Happy Humble Home, and it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's time for the weekly update. So before we jump back, or flashback, whatever you want to call it, don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell so you're notified of all the adventures here in Happy Humble Home. And Alright, hey guys, so I'm here making up some orange juice real quick, and I wanted to show y'all a hack, well, kind of try a hack this thing. So instead of peeling oranges like the normal way where you just start peeling, we're going to cut it in half, maybe. And then we're basically just gonna, since I'm using this for juice, I'm gonna put this over my cup so that way I can still get it. And then you're just like gonna almost pop it out, kind of, I guess, I don't know. That's what they say to do. So we're just gonna, like, sorry, trying to let y'all see what I'm doing. We'll see if it actually works. I did one or two other ones, and I haven't decided if I like doing it this way better or just the typical way. But I will let y'all, I guess, be the judge of if you want to actually try this. And I don't know, I think the person that I seen do it, they, oh, there you go. They just like, that time, it did, like you can see, leave a hole where it left all that on there. But, and I'm doing this over, since I am juicing this orange, I'm just doing it over my little juice cup, so that way I'm not wasting all the juice on my cutting board here. But yeah, so there's that little, I don't really know if that's a good hack or not, y'all. Maybe it might work better if you have something smaller like mandarins or tangerines maybe, but like an actual navel orange, I don't know, I kind of feel like it'd be easier just to do it the usual way. Yeah, there you go. So if you want like oranges or really any citrus fruit and you're wanting it to be nice and juicy, then go by the weight of it. Because this particular batch of oranges, I actually weighed at the grocery store before I bought them, because usually I just kind of go by weight if they don't have an actual scale there, but they had a scale. So I actually weighed several different bags of oranges to see which one was the heaviest. And I settled on this bag, and y'all, I want to show you something real quick as soon as I can get this peel off of this orange. Okay. So you can see I got the peel off the orange, but this is just like that much juice is just from 3 oranges that I have, or actually 2.5 oranges from that batch that I have just got my peel off of. So yeah, like that's how much juice I've gotten out of just, now you can see they're like super, super juicy. So yeah. Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've showed y'all my little garden stuff going on, so I will turn the camera around. Okay, so there you can see my, sorry, it's really windy out here today, my taters. They're looking good. My little tomatoes plants and a rosemary, and then the carrots, y'all, I don't know what to do with those. They really, I mean, they was more than last year, but not near like what I need or want, and that's okay. So I will figure that out next year. And then there's my little couple, I have a few beans popping up along there. Of course, actually, that's Nicholas's, if you remember me saying about his kiwi co, that's his wheatgrass. It's actually doing pretty well. He put I guess birds kept trying to take the wheatgrass and kept pulling it up, so he put rocks down here. It's super windy, y'all, I'm sorry. Move on to the front beds. You can see where my catnip is growing in really well. Lavender still holding on, doing fairly good, I guess. All I have in this one is my thyme and then my basil, and I need to get out here and re-weed this. Peppermint, this one was a lot smaller, but I've been able to harvest off of it, so it's giving it room to really grow and expand, so I'm super happy about that. Same thing with my sage over there. And again, some of these beds I actually planted seeds in, so I'm kind of waiting to see if they're popping up. I think little bits are popping up, but we'll see. You can see here where my coneflower or echinacea, I think, yeah, that one's the echinacea, I believe, is popping up really well. I have some chamomile starting here, and I think I've got calendula through there. Again, that was seed, so I don't, sometimes I'm having to guess at what's popping up or not, but that one I know is my chamomile, and that one's doing really well. And then that other bed too, I have stuff planted in. Again, not necessarily always popping up. Of course, my rose. We are still going to put rock in between. We've just been busy with other things in life that it hasn't got done, and the rock is more. Hey guys, so hopefully this wind won't be too bad on my speaker. If it is, I'm sorry. It feels really good outside today, and we're already kind of finished up with school today. So the kids are inside. They'll actually be coming outside here probably in just a minute since it feels so good. But anyways, we are wrapping up school, y'all. We only have 2 more days of school, and this whole past week and the next Monday and Tuesday will definitely be a lot shorter days because they've finished up all their math. They're kind of at good stopping spots because we didn't make it through every single textbook, which I'm okay with. So we're just kind of, they've got a couple little tests to button up next week, and that's pretty much 7th grade curriculum. 7th grade, I already did purchase the science. We really haven't done a whole lot this week. It's just been a lot of work and maybe some errands, but even then on the errands hasn't been a whole lot because, you know, the gas, where we're at, gas prices are pushing like $4.40, $4.35 a gallon. So all my errands I'm trying to make in maybe 1 or 2 days, and that's about it because I don't feel like going anywhere right now and spending all that money on gas. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. But it is what it is. So thankfully though, we live, you know, within walking distance and stuff to a lot of parks and splash pad and neighbor kids and walking trails and stuff, so we can easily get outside without really having to travel much, thankfully. And that pretty much wraps it up. We haven't, yeah, I mean, we don't have a whole lot planned. I've got a yard sale coming up that I need to start working on getting all that stuff together for, but I will probably wait and do that more after school's done. So right now we're just kind of, next week also finishes up school, and right now it's supposed to be tournament week next week, but we're supposed to have rain a lot of the nights that we're supposed to have the tournament, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't know. So that may be my last week of work, or I may have one more extended, and then we are on full summer mode, and we don't start back school. I haven't officially figured up our start date yet, but usually it's like the 2nd week of August. Usually that 2nd Monday is when we'll start back. But I will probably adjust our school schedule just a little bit this year to kind of incorporate the different work schedule that my husband has. So we'll probably incorporate a little bit more of that into it this year. We'll see. That's part of the beauty of being able to make your own school schedule. And once again, y'all, like, it's so funny to think, like, even just like 6 or 7 years ago, I was like, nope, there's no way that I would homeschool unless it was just like they wasn't being taught what they was needing at school, or my reason. In my mind, that incorporated mainly just like either bullying or issues with teachers, which my kids don't really have any of that in public school, thankfully. But I don't really care to, for the foreseeable future, we will continue to do this, and I feel like I'm learning more and more each year. Granted, this is our we're wrapping up our second year officially, and it's still so incredibly, and I just feel so incredibly blessed that we're able to do this. And I mean, and it does help that the boys like it a lot better. We passed the elementary school one time, and Joshua asked, was he ever go to that school? Because he was taking his brothers to and from school and the pickup and all. And he was kind of like, "Aw," and I told him, "No, I don't foresee you going there." And he was kind of like, "Oh man, I wanted to." And then both his brothers popped up. They're like, "Trust me, you're not missing anything." They're like, "It's nothing special. Like, homeschool is so much better." So it's, there's some days that we have rough days and all, but ultimately they're learning from it. They're enjoying it. We're spending more time together. We can incorporate school in different ways than just textbook, and I feel like each year I'm learning more and more how to unschool my mind or de-school my mind and break it out of this concept that it needs to look like this every single day. And maybe 1 or 2 days you might have a field day or a field trip, but pretty much most of it's that. And I don't know, I try to blend both ideas because we do textbooks, obviously, as you can see, and then we also do other things too. So I feel like I don't know, it's hard to explain, y'all, like de-schooling my mind, I guess, from what people would deem normal or necessary. But I don't know, it's working. It's what's best for our family. It's what we feel we need to do. And I mean, like, I know quite a few homeschool parents, and everybody does it differently. Like, they all have their different methods on doing things, and just because it's homeschool doesn't mean it looks the same for everybody, which is awesome because not everybody's the same. Like I've said before, even the way my kids learn are not the same. So it's nice to be able to really hone in on that and cater your child's education to how it fits into your schedule, just in life with work and everything else. But then just being able to hone in on just your kids' education and have a little bit more input and control and say in your kids' education. So, like I said, it's not for everybody, and I understand that. But for us, it's where we need to be, and we're thoroughly enjoying it, and see no need nor want to ever change that. But you never know what the future holds. But as of right now, we will be getting ready to start our third year of homeschool in August. And yeah, it's an incredible journey. It's very funny to think about how just a few years ago I was 100% set on that it would not happen, but here I am, and I don't know why I was so, well, I do know why I was nervous about it, but yeah, it's taught me a lot about myself and about my kids in general, and yeah, I don't know what else to say, y'all. It's awesome. I love it. And as you can see in my garden, I don't know what's going on with my carrots, y'all. It's really annoying. But maybe third year will be a charm on actually getting carrots. Because, like I said, there's a little more than there was last year, which is good. But not near as much as there needs to be or want to be for harvest. So, yeah, we'll just keep trying on that. So if y'all have any tips or tricks, because this year I did it with the board method and it worked really well. And then I don't know if I took the boards off too early or too late, because I waited till they were sprouted. And I don't know, I'm kind of wondering if my soil isn't almost too loose. maybe, to where the roots aren't getting a good hold. I don't know. We'll see. But so I may end up changing where things are planted next year and how all that works. But as you can see, though, my taters are doing really, really well. So I'm really excited about them. My rosemary and all, because like I mentioned, that rosemary is that one big plant that I actually like split into two because it was so big. And it's actually been thriving. It's doing well. There's enough root systems on both sides to let it do what it needs to do, so I'm excited about that. My beds out front, as you can see, my coneflower is, or echinacea, is doing very well, so I'm super happy about that. Some of them, since I planted seeds, some of them it's hard to tell if it's just grass, a different type of grass showing up, or if it's actually what I planted there. So some of it I'm just kind of having to judge by if I see that particular thing growing in another bed, because I did not plant doubles of anything in either of my beds, and any of those 5 beds, they all have something different in them. And I kind of know the area that I planted them in because I took a notepad and I drew out a diagram and I put exactly where I planted stuff, so that way I could go back for future reference and know the area. So we will see. I'm really excited that I have chamomile growing. And then my echinacea is doing, as you can see, really well. I've already been able to harvest some off my thyme and sage, peppermint and basil, which all those I bought as, they was already live plants when I bought them. And hopefully I should be getting some oregano I can do out there too. Parsley will also go in the bed that has the basil and thyme in it. It's just parsley's more of a cold weather, and since we was coming up on summer, I didn't want to plant it just yet, so I'll probably wait until the fall or until it starts cooling off to plant my parsley. Yeah, so as always though, if y'all have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them in the box below. And yeah, getting ready for summer, so I will check with y'all later.